Hey, 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 it's your girl, Bobby J. Did you see that? Hey, out there. Did you see it? The Haves and the Have-Nots, Season 8, Episode 3, The Long Drive Home. Have no idea why they calling that, because ain't nobody was in a car driving nowhere. But that's what Tyler named it, so that's what we're going to do. Let me give my shout outs in the comment section. We got Bobby Ray, Isaiah Hill, Ty Harrell, Vicky Young, Marty McFly II, and Gail Elizabeth Phillips. Hey y'all, hey y'all. Okay, let's get started. And it starts with Hannah. Hannah is sitting there. Jim and David have come into the bedroom. Hannah's on the bed chilling, writing stuff. I thought she's going to jump up and run out. Hannah was like, please, I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling y'all, she about to get a taste of that power. And Jim is calling her all kinds of names, and she's writing it on her notepad. Call me again. Call me again. She keep writing it down. See, she taking notes and he don't even know it. She taking notes because when he needs something, I need money, she gonna remind him with that little notepad what he said about her. She is not playing. And he called her a biatch I don't know how many times. And she's like, okay. She's like, I don't care. So when he came towards her, she picked up that fire iron. She was about to bust him. She said, I'm ready for you. You come at me, I'm ready. And he's like, David tried to stop him and hit the shoulder. And he's like all in pain. And she walks out because she wasn't rushing or anything. She finished up what she was doing, packed up her stuff. They're like, you in my personal stuff, you can't come out. And then David, the little, what we calling David these days? Because he act like Jim's little boy. His little slave boy, whatever, doing everything for him, kills me. I can't stand the way David is. I really can't. But anyway, Jim is like, let me talk to her. She goes out and goes downstairs. David's like, I'll talk to her. Jim, chill. Let me talk to her. Stop calling her name. And they get downstairs to talk, and he's trying to tell Hannah she can't get out there. I can't let you leave with that. She's like, I'm leaving. What you gonna do? You gonna stop me? I wish you would. See, she did that black thing. I wish a mother would. I wish you would. I wish you know how we are. I wish you would touch me. And she picked up that, what was it, candelabra? She's about to bust him up. That candlestick, she was gonna mess him up. And he put his hands on her. She clocked him on. She told him not to talk, not to touch her, and he didn't want to listen. He didn't want to listen. So Jim comes down the steps, and he's still calling her names and saying stuff. Call the police. Let me take it from her. David's like, you stay upstairs, please. He said, just call the police. You know, if you can't get it from her, I will, and all this stuff. So they called the police, and next thing you know, they sat there and waited for the police to come. In the meantime, they're talking to Celine. They got Celine. Celine shows up at Veronica's house. She opens the door, and she just walks right in. I knew that was going to be an issue. I'm like, did Celine forget who Veronica is? Did she forget? And this the only person she got on her side. And Veronica's like, what do you think this is? The damn Mexican border or something? Veronica funny. She's a damn racist out. Well, not that she racist, but she just against gays and Mexicans and white, black. She talk about everybody. So she ain't nothing but, she all about Veronica. She will talk about everybody. She don't care. So let me take that back. She ain't a racist. She just a bitch. I mean, that's all you can say about Veronica. But Veronica, she didn't want to hear it. Oh, excuse me. She made Celine go in and out 2 more times till she got it right. You just don't walk up in my house like this. You crossing the border. You crazy. She said, that's what's wrong with you guys. Y'all don't know how to legally come into people across the border. I'm sorry. I can't because when Veronica say these things, it's so wrong, but it'd be funny because she just don't give a damn. She don't give a damn. And she was like, oh, excuse me. She's like, what's the matter? She's like, they're trying to get me fired. Who's they? Who they trying to get you fired? David and Jim, they trying to get me fired. I need that job. You need that job. You need that job cleaning toilets and shit up and stuff. She said, look, if I said I'm going to help you, I'll help you. Okay? She said, did I say I'm going to? Yes, you said you help me. Then I'll help you. You promise? I'm like, Celine, please. She's like, yeah. And Celine started saying some stuff about her in Spanish. She was so mad. And she was like, you better watch it. I'm the only one you got to help you. And so she was like, I want to get him. She said, if you could get Jim, Celine told her, if you could get Jim, I'll work for you for free. Because she said a spot might be coming up. She going to get rid of that girl. She going to get rid of that girl. She told her that girl might not be working out and that she might have a need for a maid since you had... what did she say? You did a good job of cleaning up Catherine's raggedy up her house and stuff. And she said, if you could get Jim for me and get that money, she was like, I'll work for you for free. Why the hell Celine said something stupid like that? Celine, she don't think when she says stuff, that was stupid. How you going to get it for free? How you going to work for free when you need that raggedy hospital job? So Veronica was like, I'm going to remember that. I said, Celine messed up there. That's going to be a problem for her. Then they got, let's see, Benny shows up to the realtor's office and he's checking on her, seeing how she's doing. She's asking him, did he find one of the houses did he find one he liked out of the one she sent him? He said, yeah. And she said, oh yeah, that's a nice one. That was one of my favorites. And she said, I'll call the developers and see what they say, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm glad you're feeling better because you wasn't the other day. And she thanked him for checking on her and stuff. And that was nice. You know, she told him he was a kind person. So then it goes back to David and David and Hannah and Jim. They all sitting down in that living room and stuff, and they chit chat. And no, Jim is talking shit. Let's put it that way. Jim talking all that crap, and Hannah just opened up the stuff and started doing her work and everything. And every time he say something wrong or call out her name, she pull out that little pad and write it down. Bah, 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 bah. And he's like, what you taking notes on? Why you taking notes? And da 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 da. And he's talking about the $8 million that Candace took from him. And she's going to go after her son. And he's threatening to kill them. He's going to kill Candace. And he gonna kill Benny, and he's gonna kill Hannah too. And he's like, David's like, look, that's a big threat, you know, like really. He's like, what, you think I can't do it? He said, I know what you're capable of, yes. But you think, yeah, well, you know what I'll do, and blah, blah, blah. He said, she's over there, she's not even bright. She's like stupid, you know, she's dumb, she's stupid. And he's like, yo, hold up. David's like, hold up. I was shocked. He was like, you bordering on being, what did he say, a racist or something like that? And he's like, I'm not racist. You know I'll screw anything. It don't care if they yellow, white, black, red, or orange, Mexican. And he's like, that ain't what I'm talking about. The way you talking to her is racist. You know, you bordering on it. He said, well, I don't give a damn how it makes her feel. He said, you know, something about insulting or something like that. And he said, well, I wasn't talking about her. I'm talking about me. And he's like, well, let me tell y'all something. He went and got country. He got all that southern, y'all, you know, y'all could just like, I didn't mean to insult you and insult you. He said, look, just be careful with that. Be cool, because you really added it. And he's like, she's over there looking at it. Do you know what that folder is you got there? It's called a portfolio. And that little spreadsheet thing you looking at, it's called a P and a L. Do you even know what that is? It's Hannah goes, what, this profit and loss statement? She said, and the this, that, and another. And she started breaking everything down for him. And I was like, he was like, and David was like, I think David wanted to bust out laughing because David was like, damn, she know what she talking about. And she making Jim look stupid because he talked down to her like she was a mammy and she don't have no sense. But they don't know how Hannah's work ethic is. When she's put in charge of something, when she's responsible for something, she gives 110%. And she did her research on all that stuff. I love people like that. I'm like that sometimes. Anyway, so he says something about, what else there was it? I think that was it with that one. Then it was Benny and Candace. Benny walked into the hotel room with Candace, and He's like, you know what I did? I saw that dude, da-da-da-da, I did this, I did that. You know that dude is your father. She's like, and he's like, so you don't care? She's like, you know, like what? What am I supposed to do? You know, I'm like, she's like 30-something years old. She ain't had a daddy. What she care about him? I mean, really, Benny, what does she care about it? Why did you care so much? It's not your daddy. You know, what's going on with you and your daddy? Or did his father die? I don't think his father died, but I know he was still trying to get one of his body parts or inside kidneys or something to help himself. But I'm like, Benny, worry about your damn daddy and stop worrying about people who is none of your business. And both of the people who are involved, Candace's father and your mother's rapist, they don't want to have nothing to do with it, but you making it important to yourself for no apparent reason. Anyway, so he's like, asked her, did she take the pregnancy test? I'm like, what did Benny know about the pregnancy test? And she was like, look, let's stop talking about me. Let's talk about this girl you see here. Who's that? And she showed her the picture and saying she's cute. I think that's the real estate agent that it was. She says, that why you want her to help you with your apartment and stuff? Now, we know that this girl is the one that's Sandy Malone's ex. But Benny don't know that yet. So that's crazy. And so anyway, then Mitch comes, he knocks on the door, Benny's upset, he's like mad, what you doing here, blah, 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 why y'all always here, what y'all talking about, you always following us. I'm like, Benny, shut the hell up. He forgets that Mitch got his ass out of trouble when he was kidnapped and stuff. Mitch helped him with that money that he owed his uncle. Mitch is the one who told him not to go to his uncle, and he didn't listen to Mitch. Now all of a sudden he thinks all the time that he knows better or knows more than Mitch. You don't. You don't. You're immature, Benny. You're very immature. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can tell me down in the comment section, but I feel Benny's very immature and he needs to grow up. And so Candace told Mitch about what happened with Benny, and while Benny was in the shower, he told Derek what happened with Benny and Derek, and said the guy didn't hit him back, and Benny's like, he was a little bitch, but no, he would have bust your ass. I'm sorry, I have to say, because that's what he would have done. And then Hannah would have really been pissed at him. Benny really think he a tough guy. Like I said, Derek ain't David. He might have whooped David, but Derek would have bust Benny up. I don't care what nobody say. That's how I feel. Anyway, then they go to the hospital with Wyatt in that damn bed, and he's still a nasty son of a, what's your name? You know, whatever. And that female doctor comes in, and she's asking him to explain why he tried to kill himself. And he's like, you know, like, who are you? And she's like, do you have any remorse? He said, for what? She said, for what you try to shooting your father and stuff. He's like, who are you? You know, and she said, I'm a therapist. He said, oh, I don't need to talk to no damn shrink and stuff. And she said, I make a deal with you. You talk to me every day. I can keep you out of jail. No, first she said something about him being in pain. If you're in a lot of pain, you know, I can get you something to keep you out of prison. And he's like, oh, I'm in real pain. I'm in real pain. She said, well, I make a deal. If you talk to me every day, I can keep you out of jail. He said, no, I want to talk to you every day. I'm not doing no shrink. I don't need to talk to you. She said, okay, then you could go back to jail tomorrow. He was like, okay, I'll talk to you. But what are we going to talk about? We'll talk about what? She said, well, let's start tomorrow and we'll talk. He's such an idiot. Why is such an idiot? Come on, the only thing that's going to help me is some more drugs. So what? I have a drug problem. I just want some more drugs. I'm like, I can't stand him. Anyway, then Sandy walks up into the real estate agency with his ex-girlfriend office, Rihanna. That's her name, right? Rihanna. And he's like damn near stalking her. Why are you forcing somebody to be your woman who don't want you? It doesn't make sense. That means he can't get nobody. That's all it means. And for him to hate black people the way he does, why the hell he want to be with her? It's not making any sense to me. And he's like, he's like, why do you keep moving? You moved again and you keep changing jobs. And she said, we're over. He said, no, we're not over. We're just taking a break. And he said, besides, you owe me. She said, owe you for what? All the stuff, money I spent on you, the clothes and stuff and this and that. She's like, I'll give it back to you. I'll pay you back. No. You think I want some money? I want no money. She's like, leave me alone. And that's when her co-worker comes in, and her co-worker's like, what's going on? Are you okay? And he's like, get out of here, and telling her, called her bitch too and told her to get out and stuff. She's like, Rihanna, are you okay? Is Rihanna's damn near tears like, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine. You know, it's like, you don't look fine. Bitch, you heard what she said, she fine. I'm like, this is Sandy, acting like he's so tough but scared to shoot some damn body. Oh, he's such a punk. Oh, I don't want to go. He's a bully too, because what he's doing is bullying her. And he's like, you know, this is my town, you know, and I'll find you wherever you go in this world. He said, I love you, you know, and if it means I have to love you to death, I will. I said, oh, damn, he gonna kill her. You know, then her boss comes in and he said, the bitch is back. And the boss is like, he's gonna kill you, girl. You got to do something. And you remember the other agents were upset. You're gonna have to, go somewhere else, or you got to get help. She said, like, from who? She said, the police. It's like, the police, he got their family got the police in their back pocket. She said, well, you got to do something. You're going to have to go back to working from home. And he told her, and Sandy told her, she's like, you're going to make me lose my job. He's like, I don't care. So she said, that's what you want me to do. You want me to stay here stuck and have to depend on you. You want me to have to depend on you. We're done. We're done. Thank God she got rid of that baby. Oh, Lord. You wouldn't want to have that baby with him. Anyway, then he goes to Marty. Marty's visiting Catherine in jail. He has to tell her, he tells her why it's fine and everything. Then he has to tell her the bad news that he can't get her out. None of the judges will touch it and stuff. And she's mad at him and she's going to fire him because he don't got no connection. He said, Catherine, you're in here for murder. I mean, you know, how am I supposed to get you out on bail? You're in here for murder. And she's like, well, I got to get somebody who's better. I need the best and all this stuff. And he said, I hope you're not talking about Veronica. Well, she's the best? You know, Catherine's not thinking. She's not thinking. He's like, first of all, the DA, I don't think you want to do that because the DA said they may be calling her as a witness. She's like, are you kidding me? She's like, nope. He said, maybe you want to think twice about that firing me stuff. She was like, no, why? Why would I want to? You know, and I'm like thinking, he said it's going to take a while to get somebody to catch up. It's going to take you a while to get somebody to catch up with your, I was thinking her affairs and stuff. You know, why would you do that? You can't leave Hannah stuck without somebody, an ally, you know, somebody to, y'all gotta give me a minute because I think Catherine is in that prison and she's so maxed up in the head, she ain't thinking straight. So he said, Marty said, give me a couple of days. Give me a day or so. She said, you got 1 day. You got 1 day. She said, well, and he said, I got to see what I could do. She said, well, how long am I going to stay? He said, I don't know. She said, give me an estimate. He said, it could be 2 months. She said, 2 months in here? And she's all upset. But girl, you killed the freaking DA. Stop playing. Talk about you didn't do it. You damn sure did do it. You thought you could get away with it. Your money can't buy everything. Your money can't always buy you out of trouble. That's what rich people think a lot of times. And sometimes it just don't work. Look at what's happening now in the White House in D.C. It's not working. Anyway, so she giving him 1 day to figure it out, you know, because she don't want to stay in that prison. And I understand that. It's back to Veronica and that private investigator she had. And he said every time she leaves, they've been following her. And she's like, are you sure? Do they know the difference when I get in the car? She was like, do they know the difference of who it is? You know, I guess he don't know that she has that other girl working, you know. So she probably trying to wonder if he knows, if they could tell it's her or this other chick. I forgot her name all of a sudden. Her maid. Let's just put it that way. So, I don't know. He said, well... He said, how did he put it? Well, he was like, what do you mean? And she said, like, when I get my car, he said, well, yes, you're kind of an unmistakable person. And she's like, are you trying to flirt with me? Are you trying to flirt with me? He's like, no. He said, but I'll do whatever. If you want me to, I will, you know. And so she's like, did you find anything out about that burl? He said, that what, the burl? He said, ma'am, what's a burl? Oh, that's a boy girl. I told you, Catherine's a mess, a burl, a boy girl. I'm sorry. She could have called him a goy, a girl boy. Anyway, he told her he's an escort. He said, he's an escort. And she said, oh, say that in French. And he said, escort, or whatever, however he said it. And she's like, oh, you know. And she said, I want you to look into somebody else. I want you to look into Tanner. Tanner is Officer Justin's brother. And she said, and I want to see him today. And then he was like, okay. And he was about to leave. She said, excuse me, were you trying to flirt with me? And he said, yes. She said, yes, I was. And she said, you all kind of cute. You know, and she's checking him out and looking at him. She said, keep that up. I might have to do something about that. She said, but first I would need your blood work. I said, I hear that. She's like, let's see if you got any diseases first. I get your blood work here. He just laughed. And he's like, you take care of me and I'll take care of you. You know, I was like, oh, shit. She's like, you ain't bad looking. Then it ended with the police finally showing up to the Crier's house. And David, you know, goes out to talk to him. And you know, Jim is still being funky and nasty and saying something about her kids and her daughter hates her and stuff. She said, how much could a person's child hate them? She said, your son hated you. He said, your son took a gun and shot you. How much hate does a child have to shoot their own father? He said, I don't know, but blah, 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 blah. So then, anyway, so David comes in there with the police officer, and she's telling Hannah that she has to get up and she's getting arrested. She said, for what? She said, for you assaulted him. Did you hit him with it? She said, yeah, I hit him. She said, well, then you're going to under arrest because that's assault. She said, did he tell you that he put his hands on me first? And I asked him not to, and he did, and I was defending myself. And she was like, looking at David like, you didn't tell me that. He said, look, I don't want to press no charges on her. I just want her to give us those documents. Well, ma'am, are these documents yours? She said, no. She said, these are Catherine Crier's. Jim is like, Catherine Crier's my wife, and her papers are my papers, and da-da-da. Ma'am, you're going to have to give him those papers. She said, no, I'm not going to have to. She said, here, officer, please look at these documents. And she shows her the documents, and she says, see right here, it says, I am the executor of Catherine Crier's estate. Jim is like, what? She said, so I'm in charge of all Catherine's affairs in and all around this house, outside. And Jim is like, what? She put you in charge? And it went off like that. His face was priceless, that look on his face. I was like, yes, finally. So, anyway, that's how it ended. So this is your girl, Bobby J. Let me know down in the comment section your thoughts of this review and the show. Also, whatever I want to say. Oh, don't forget to, if you like me, give it a like, thumbs up. If you want to share, feel free to share my review. And subscribe to my channel. Comment below, subscribe to my channel. You know that drill. It's your girl, Bobby J, out saying peace.